Welcome back to the sewing room. I'm so glad y'all are here. It's just a few days before Christmas. Y'all won't see this till after Christmas, probably. Maybe on Christmas. I don't know. My daughter came in the other day and she had her new hair dryer and accessories and all that. And with her job, she travels. So she said, I need a bag for this. Have you got a bag? And I said, I don't know if I have one or not. And so here we are. We're going to make her a quilted hairdryer bag to travel with. I just pulled out a couple of fabrics that I have here. Just pretty fabrics. We'll do one for the lining, one for the outside, and we're going to quilt it. And I'm going to put some pockets on the outside and on the inside. Not sure exactly what I'm doing yet. This is one of those create as we go kind of projects because I don't have a pattern. I just kind of have to wing it. So I just brought a hairdryer up here. This is just an old one. It's mine. But they're all about the same size. So we're going to try to use this one as a guide. And this hairdryer is about 9 inches by about 9 inches. So it's about square. Okay. So we'll probably make our bag about 12 inches one way, and maybe we may just make it 12 by 12 and put us some pockets in it. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. All right, so first of all, let me get me something to write on, a piece of paper possibly, if I can find one. I think I might have some down in here that I can use to write on. Here's one. Okay, so if we want our bag to be finished 12 by 12, we've got to cut our seams in there too. So if we use a 1/4 inch seam, a seam on each side, that's a 1/2 inch. So we need to cut it 12.5 inches minimum. I will probably cut mine 13 inches just because a little extra room never hurt. Actually, to make room for the middle of it, we might just cut it 14 inches. So we're going to make ours 14 by 14. And I'm going to put a drawstring at the top of it. So I need to cut it a little bit taller so I can turn that down. So we will cut it, let's say 14. I'm actually going to cut it 15 inches wide and 18 inches tall. That gives us plenty of room to turn down, run our thing. And then we need some pockets. We'll cut one 15 inches wide. And this pocket, I'm thinking, will be on the outside. And we'll probably put a drawstring on it as well. Just drawstring that little outside pocket. And we'll cut it about 9 inches tall. Okay? And then on the inside, we will cut our pockets. We'll put 2 on the inside. And we want that to be 15 inches wide because we'll cut it all and then we'll seam it. Okay? That makes sense? And so we want that piece also to be 15 inches wide. And we'll make it 18 inches tall. And we'll fold it in half. So we've got a nice smooth edge at the top of our inside pocket, and all these raw edges go in the outside seam, and then we'll come back and stitch it down. Does that make sense? All right, so we need 3 pieces, 15 by 18, a front, a back, and a pocket for the inside. And we need 1 piece, 15 by 9, that's our outside pocket. Actually, let's make this one and we'll fold it down as well. 15 inches by, we want this one to be pretty tall, almost as tall. 15 by 20, 24. That'll make us a 12-inch pocket on the outside of a 15-inch bag. Leaves 3 inches at the top. That gives her plenty of room and things won't be flying out. Okay, so we need 1 pocket that size. And we'll do that one as well. We'll cut it, fold it completely in 2, and all those seams go in. Okay, plus this gives us room to run our little drawstring in the top. All right, I think we have a plan. You all probably did not follow that at all, but we're going to make it right now. So y'all follow along through the whole video as I do it right and I rip it out and I make mistakes and I come back and I do it again. Because that's probably what's going to happen. Because that's what happens when you sew. You need to be sure that you're willing to take out those seams when you put them in. And believe you me, some of y'all say, well, I can't sew. You have to start. And this is a easy, beginner-friendly bag project. Super easy. I'm just making a little drawstring bag. All right, so I've got my measurements, and I know what I need to cut. So let's get the hairdryer out of the way. Throw it back there behind us. Now then, I think the main fabric, I'm going to make this color, this white. I'll do the inside like this. So I need to cut 5 pieces, 15 by 18, 3 of the green, and 2 of the white. And then our outside pocket, I will cut out of the green. And our inside pocket, I will cut out of the green. Okay. So that we've got 2 measurements to cut. 15 by 18 and 15 by 24. Okay? The outside pocket is 15 by 24. That's this one. All right. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to line it up here. I'm going to get it good and straight. Get my handy dandy rotary cutter out here. And my ruler. Cut me off. Make sure I'm good and square. There we go. Put that in the trash. I need 15 inches because I can cut this piece in 2 to make 18. Okay? So we're going to cut 15. I'm at 27. So go to 20, that's 7 inches. And go to 13, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's 14. Go to 12. And that will be where we need to cut this. Oh, I moved it just a little bit, didn't I? Okay, right here at the 12. That's our 15 inches. Okay, there we go. And so now we need to cut this one more time to get our 18. Okay, the rest of them are going to be green. So to do that, got them all lined up here even. First off, I'm going to cut my selvages off. And I've seen lots of projects to do with your selvage edges. So I'm going to keep mine, and then we may do a project with them. So I'm going to cut the selvages off. Get it all lined up here straight. We'll cut the selvage off, right like that. Now then, we need 18 inches. I'm on 25. If I bring this up here to 28, to get 18, I'll cut it on the 10. Right here. And see this piece, because I left it folded here on this side, is a solid piece rather than having two pieces. So that will go in our scrap box. Okay, here's our two white pieces, 15 by 18. There we go. Now then, I'll lay these back here. Now then, we need two more pieces, 15 by 18, out of this. I'm going to put this up here on the 30. Even it off, and then cut it on the 15. Okay, we got all of our pieces, and I cut 3 strips, the width of my fabric, 1 inch wide. These are going to make our ties, okay? We'll fold them over, stitch them down, and these will be what we use for our ties. I would have used a ribbon because that's easier than making ties, but I don't have a ribbon that will match. So, here's our pieces. Here's our 15 by 24, one of those. And we've got two 15 by 18s of the green, two 15 by 18s of the white. Okay? Now then, let me think a minute, because sometimes I have to stop and do that. We know what we're doing with that. Now then, these are outsides, these are lining pieces. And they'll go this way. Is that right? No. 18 tall, that's right. Okay. So we're going to put them pretty side to pretty side. I'm thinking as we go here. That's the way I do it. And we're going to sew around here 1/4 inch seam. And we're going to leave a space to turn it. Okay? We're going to sew all the way around, pivot at our corners. On this one, and on this one. Okay? So we've got them pretty side to pretty side. You want to leave your opening at the bottom. Okay? Opening goes at the bottom. I'll be right back when I get these two pieces sewed. Okay, now then, I've got some quilt batting. Just warm, natural cotton quilt batting. Because I want to make it a little more stable. It's going to hold a hairdryer and brushes and stuff. It needs to be a little more stable than just a fabric bag. So I'm going to cut me 2 pieces the same size as this right here. So let's cut me off a 15-inch strip here. And that's at 25. And we'll come right down here to 10 and cut this off. And I'm going to use my scissors. Because that rotary cutter is not going to go through all this. All right, there we go, our 15-inch piece. I'm going to lay that back over there because we'll use it on another project. All right, now then, we need 2 pieces. And they need to be just a smidgen smaller than this because we've got to sew our seams, right? Okay. I don't want to cut that. You all know me, I might. The way I'm kind of wacky doodled here. So I'm going to come in here and cut this just shy of this. So our seam won't be quite so thick when we get ready to turn it. And I'm going to do the same thing right here on these sides. Come in here just shy of this piece right here. About the seam's width, about 1/4 inch for our seam. Okay. Now then, let's flip it over here and see what we've got going on. And we want to add this to the back side, to the wrong side of our pieces. Right like this. Wrong side to the back, to the wrong side. Okay? Just like that. Turn right here, it goes on the wrong side. Just like this. You want to kind of get it even, of course, as best you can. All right. Now then, batting, fabric. Batting and fabric. Okay? Now then, we're going to put these right sides together. And we're going to sew them on one side together. One side only. Okay? Which will be the bottom. I want to do the bottom. Okay? Just the bottom. So one of the short sides. Okay? One of the short sides. Actually, I'm going to do a long side. We're going to do it this way. I'm going to make it this direction. So one of the long sides is what I want to sew. Okay? I'm going to sew these together and I'll be right back. Okay, now then, I've got this one sewn along side as well. Just like that. And we're going to lay this down here. Wrong sides to wrong sides. Just like this. Okay? Just like this. It looks like I sewed it upside down, but you know what? I'm not going to take it out and redo it. It'll be just fine. She will probably never notice that, and she'll just be tickled to death that she's got a bag for her new hairdryer and all her new little gadgets. All right, now then, we're going to free motion quilt this, and I'll bring you all over here to the machine to kind of show you what I'm going to do. Let me get that set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back to show y'all how I'm going to quilt this. I put on a quilting foot, free motion quilting foot right here, or free motion embroidering. And then I'm going to drop my feed dogs right here. These little things right here are called your feed dogs, and they're what feed your fabric through. But I don't want it to do that because I want to be able to move it with my hands, okay? So my button to drop those is right back here. Did y'all see how that went down? Now they're up. Well, they didn't go back up, y'all. Guess maybe I have to make a stitch. All right. Let's hope they don't get stuck down. All right, and this is just a little sample piece. Just put a little piece of batting and a little piece of fabric. And you notice this, see how I can move that freely? It is engaged. My tension is engaged right there. But I can move it freely. I've just got it setting on a stitch. I'm going to make it just a little bit longer, which it really doesn't matter because it's going to stitch in the same place until I move it. See? And you just want to start sewing. And I usually just like to just go kind of wild with it. If I'm just doing free motion, I just kind of just free motion it. Just make it like. All right. Y'all can see I kind of ran over it in places. That's not my best, but it's just, like I said, this is just a little sample piece. And y'all can kind of see my stitches right in here. See those stitches right along through there? All right, now then, I'm going to quilt this piece, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's been a few minutes, and I had to stop and think about what I was doing, because sometimes I have to do that. I'm not going to free motion quilt this. I'm just going to stitch it straight down. I'm going to do a diagonal pattern this way and this way. I've marked it off with a heat erasable pen. Love those things. But I have left a 2-inch margin all the way around because I want this quilted together, but I want to be able to sew this piece together and sew this piece together, okay? I want to be able to turn it and just sew these two pieces and turn it the other direction and just sew these two pieces, okay? And I want to be able to do that all the way around. So, that's the reason I left the 2-inch margin all the way around. And it'll still be quilted in the middle and still have good stability. Okay, so I'm going to go over there and I'm going to quilt this in the pattern. Like I said, I just drew diagonals. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but they're just, I'll bring y'all down here. Maybe you can see. Can y'all see? See my diagonal lines that I drew? I think y'all can see them now. So I'm going to take this over there and just straight stitch all these lines, and I'll be right back in just a few minutes. Okay, now then, here's our piece that's quilted. Right here. See all the pretty quilting? And as you can see, I've left plenty of space here to be able to sew that. Okay? And there's our batting and our other piece of fabric. And that's that way all the way around. Okay? I wanted the quilting to give it a little more stability. Okay? Now then, we've got to make us some handles. And here are our handles. Let's see. Where are our handles? Did I not cut handles? I swear I thought I cut handles. here are our handles, right here. They're green. Y'all, I'm about crazy. These we're going to put, we just need 2 of them. Here we go. We're going to turn them pretty side to pretty side, stitch all the way down that end, and then we're going to turn them right side out. 1/4 inch seam, and then we'll turn them, and that's going to be our handles. I'll be right back. All right, got these sewn up, and I sewed across one end and all the way down the sides. Okay, right like that. I can't see good today for some reason. It's getting dark outside, and I've got this thing right here. Inside out tube turner. This is the greatest thing ever. I love this. And it comes with 3 different sizes. And each one has a stick of some sort and a hollow tube. You start by dropping your hollow piece down in there, just all the way, and take your rounded end and just start pushing it through. Grab your stick and turn it. That is that quick, you all. It is well worth, I think they're maybe $10, $12, $15, but I'm telling you, it is well worth it. I'll make sure they are in my Amazon cart, because anytime you have something like this to turn, it's worth it to have it. Okay, we got these turned. I'm going to take them over there and press them. And then we've got to make our pockets for the inside and the outside. And I've got this big long piece. It's 18 by 20, about 18 by 20 something, or 30 something. 18 by 30, I believe is what it is. Let's see, it's 18 by 36. Okay, 18 by 36. Got 2 of them. I'm going to sew the short end together. Okay, right sides together. Sew the short end together. Okay, right like this. On both of these. Right there, 1/4 inch seam. I'll be right back. Okay, now then, I've got our little pockets kind of made. I folded them. I stitched it, turned it right side out, put the seam on the inside, folded them right sides together, and you've got like a little pocket. But what we're going to do is we are going to, here's our seam. That's our bottom seam right there. Lay this out flat. And we are going to stitch this right like this. This right here is the way it's going to be. Okay. There's that side. And here is this side. Right like that. See? We got big pockets, little pockets. But I'm going to come in here and I'm going to stitch these this way. But first we need to mark them and see exactly what we've got going on with our pockets. Let me find my pen. Well, I've lost my pen. There it is. Here it is. Here it is. No worries. No worries. Okay. So to the center is 9 inches. Okay. This is the center. If we want to do 3 pockets, we've got 18 divided by 3 is 6. So we're going to come in here at 6. Get my pen to write. So I can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to go 6 again. And I'll put 3 pockets on one side, and on the other side, I'm just going to put 2 pockets. Y'all, this is not writing. Let's try it again. And get another one. I guess that one's out of ink. Let's see, I think I put them back here. That one appears to be out of ink. Let's just grab this red one. I'll change that out later. Then on the 6 there. There we go. All right, now this one we're going to come in 9. And that gets us right in the middle. Down through there. Now then, let's go right down through the center here and draw us a line. Because we don't want our pockets to go all the way through the bottom. Right like that. Right, here we go. All right, let's take this over there and sew it, and we'll be right back. All right, now this is what we've got. Right here. Got 3 pockets here and 3 pockets here. These will be sewn in the side seam. Don't worry about that. And on this side, we've got 2 pockets. These are bigger pockets. There's a string I need to cut. I didn't get it clipped. There we go. All right, now then, we're going to sew up our side seams. And to do that, I want to sew one side at a time, okay? So I do not want to sew this part. Okay, I do not want to sew. I just want to sew the green. Okay? Am I making sense? See, I want to turn that back just like that. I just want to sew this part. Okay? I want to do that on both sides. Right sides to right sides. We're not sewing through the batting. We're just sewing these fabrics right here. Okay? And this is a little bit wider. That's okay. We will trim all of that up with our serger as we stitch this seam right down through here on both sides. Okay. Now then I'm going to turn around here and I'm going to show y'all how to do this. Bring y'all down here. Zoom in so you can see. Okay. I do not want this side or the batting. You see that? I just want this green. Just the green and the pocket on this side. So I'm turning this all down just like this because we're going to sew that in a minute. Okay? So you want it like this right here. That's the reason we left our 2 inches all the way around not quilted. was so we could pull this in like this right here. Okay. And like I said, we will trim this off with our serger as we stitch it. Okay. I'm just clipping this down through here. Okay, I'm going to stitch this and I'll be right back. Okay, now you see what we've got? Oh, I didn't catch that. Let me go back and re-sew that. Okay, now this is what we've got right here. As you can see, it didn't turn just straight and even, but that's okay because we can come in there and trim all that off. All right, now then, we've got to turn this so that we can get these others, the outside stitched, okay? All right, now then. Actually, let's see. How do I want to do this? These need to go, nope, turn it back the other way I had it. Okay. Now then, we've got to stitch this. Y'all, I may have made something here I can't do. I don't know. We're going to figure it out, though. I promise you that. Because I need to stitch these two pieces. Right sides to right sides. And they've got to go this way. Okay, we're going to kind of drop back and punt, as they say, because I didn't think this project all the way through. I thought I did, but I didn't, and I do this a lot. But the thing about a good sewist is the fact that she can take something that she's kind of messed up and still make it work and not lose all of her progress, her fabric, her time, everything. So I had originally planned for this to be the outside, this to be the inside. But since I went ahead and sewed the green side and have a pretty seam on that, it's going to be my outside. I'm going to serge this seam right up through here, okay? And it'll go on the inside. And it will be a finished seam on the inside, not as pretty as an inside seam, but it will still be just fine. If you do not have a serger, you can straight stitch it and then go back and zigzag it, and it will still be just fine. Okay, so don't think that you have to have a serger to do this or to fix this project, because you do not. Okay, so with all that being said, I'm going to serge both sides of this up through here, and then I'm going to turn it right side out. Okay, now here's what we got. This is the inside of our bag, okay? Let me trim this off because we don't want these little scraggly strings hanging. Now then, we're going to turn it right side out. Right like this. This is what we've got. This is the outside of our bag now. See how pretty that is? These are our pockets. Let me zoom y'all back out. Now then, these are our two big pockets. These are our three smaller pockets. These are on the outside. The inside has the same thing, okay? It just has this raw seam. I won't call it a raw seam. It's still a finished seam. It's just the serged seam is on the inside. Here's our drawstrings, and we have 2 of them. 1 for each side, okay? Now then, we've got these pieces right here. We need to sew these just like this. One side down, all the way around on this side, and turn it in. You want to sew it this way, all the way around, and you want to overlap these on the bottom because that'll finish that seam, okay? But you've got 2 pieces, and I'll show you when I come back how we're going to finish this. Actually, one of those you need to turn in. So I tell you, I'll have to think about this. The top one you want to turn in all the way, just like this. Turn it in a couple of times, just like that. The bottom one you want to overlap it, just like that. So that when you open it up, this is what you have, okay? So let's sew that around there, and I'll be right back. Okay, now here's those pieces sewn on just like this. Now then, we need to turn these down. This is turned in on this edge. You need to turn it down. And we're going to come in here and we're going to top stitch this. Okay, and then we'll put our drawstring in there and we'll attach our handles. What do I do with our handles? Here they are. They just need to go about right here. On the inside. Should have stitched them with this, but I didn't. That's okay. Like I said, I'm making this one up as I go along, you all. So I'm just going to sew them on here as I do this other. Okay, but first I'm going to turn this up just like this. Just like this. I'm going to turn it in to give it a finished outside. Then I'm going to turn it up right like here. Just like that. And I'm going to clip it all the way around. That's going to give us our casing to run our drawstring through. Okay, here we go. We got to turn this edge in and turn it up just like that. Same thing on this side. Just come in here and turn this up just like that. And thinking about it now, I could have sewn it all on there with one stitch, but you know what? I didn't. So now I'm going to take this back to the serger, and I'm going to serge around there one more time. But in the meantime, I'm going to add my handles on here so that they get stitched in there. Okay? I want it all to be stitched in there. That side handle. Here's this side. And we'll match up our handles here so that they're both equal. Both in the same place on the edges. Okay. Now then, see, this is about what we've got right here. A little tote bag, a little quilted tote bag that we're going to put a drawstring in. Let's stitch around there, and I'll come back and we'll get her finished. Okay, now we're about finished. We've just got to run our ties in there, okay? And I do that with 2 safety pins, and I had 2 out here. No, what happened to the other one? Get here somewhere. Well, maybe I won't need the other one. We're going to hope I don't. Okay? You're just going to run it through. Let's cut that string, you know. To make your projects look finished, you need to make sure you don't have a lot of strings. I'm just going to run this through here with a safety pin. There's the other one. This is not easy on arthritic hands, but this is not too hard. You don't have any seams to have to go across or anything like that. You can just okay, there's one side. See? Now let's get the other side. Sometimes if I'm doing something really long and I think I might pull it all the way through, then I will pin one end. So that I don't pull it all the way through. And then you have to start all over. And that's not fun. They make little tools for doing this, but I've always just used a safety pin. I guess because that's what I learned to use. That's what my mama used. And alrighty. Now then, I'm going to take these and I'm going to tie them like this right here in a knot. Just like that. On both sides. So that they don't go through. Okay? Just want to tie it in a good knot just like that. Now then, what you want to do is cinch it up just like this. Just want to pull them both and cinch them up. Here's my other handle. It's right there. Now then, here's your little bag for your hair dryer and all your little hair accessories. Isn't this cute? Let's get y'all down just a little bit and turn you up. All right, now then, look at our little bag, you all. Did it go as planned? No, it did not. Did I get what I wanted? I did. I did. So, I think it's cute. I love the fabrics. Of course, I like to do anything. I can just play with fabric and just look at how pretty it is because I just love fabric. So, there's our little bag. Let's see how the hairdryer fits in it. Oh, it fits lovely. And you've got room for other things in there. Be a great Christmas gift. It will, it will. So, like I say, as always, I've got to figure out how to make this cinch like I want it to. There's a way to do it. Y'all leave me some comments because I may not have figured it out the time I want to be able to pull the sides and cinch it. Okay, I'm going to have to Google that because that's going to drive me crazy. But anyway, here's her little bag. Pockets here for brushes and products in here, and on the inside she's got pockets for brushes and products and curlers and lots of things. Maybe stick her straightener in one side, whatever she wants to do. There she goes. That's our beautiful little quilted hairdryer bag for travel. Our little travel bag, quilted travel bag. All right. That's going to be all for this one. It's been an all-day project. It's dark now. Got to go downstairs and cook some supper. I do. You all remember, as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. That'll be all for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.